A live look at Piscataway, New Jersey at Shai Stadium. It's the Northwestern Wildcats and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rose.
I caught up with the Scarlet Knights head coach before the game. He is so pleased with the way this quarterback is playing. As you know, he was a transfer coming in, and they didn't know what they were getting exactly. But he has become one of the leaders of this team. He has proven that he can carry them. If he keeps playing like this, the sky's the limit. I'll keep you posted on how he's settling in here early to start this game. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Gets it across the 20 to the 21. And What he would have picked up just taking the touchback. So Northwestern's offense will get first crack at it today. And they've got the veteran, this senior quarterback, to guide the ship. He had a tough game in that loss last time out. 3 times he threw picks and only 1 touchdown pass. Trying to establish the run. Drop immediately. He got nothing on first down. It has been a rocky ride through Big Ten play so far, and they're running out of time to turn it around.
Yeah, and sometimes the Big Ten will do that to you, right? It's a competitive conference. There's a lot of competitive environments that you have to step into. They haven't been great this season, let's be honest. But, Jesse, I'm more interested to see how they finish off the last part of this season because it's one thing to have expectations and to get down. It's another thing to quit.
Yeah, you just want to see how resilient they are too, David, because the coach,
makes the catch and he's free. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. Hand it to the back. Turning it on. The 40 and the 30. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. Wide receiver going in motion.
Like it's our first rodeo.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They'll line up for a second down play. He's going to throw it again. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Oh, he didn't get past the marker before starting his slide, and now it's fourth down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. So Rutgers offense will go to work for the first time in this one. And here comes Austin Simmons. He threw for 6 touchdowns in their victory last time out.
Yeah, and you know, when we talk to the coaching staff, they just sort of say, hey, we're going to go as our quarterback goes. And they're on a nice little win streak right now, and the biggest reason why is because the play of the guy behind center. He has been lights out throwing it. He's been making big plays, keeping the offense on rhythm, and avoiding the turnovers. That's all been critical. He keeps playing like this, they're going to keep winning games.
The run inside. It's Raymond. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Burrowing for yardage. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Looking for the marker. Uh-oh, look out. Breaks into the open. Inside the 30. He's at the touchdown, Scarlet Knights. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like, you mentioned the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
Turns up, it's Farrell. Stopped right there.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You can tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. On the run, fires downfield. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down? And the Wildcats come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Got his man. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
They'll run the counter. Makes the tackle.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Northwestern will send out the punt team. First punt was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. On the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Simmons. Under pressure. He'll pull it down. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
We've come to the break, and Rutgers is holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Motion from the wideout. Oh, he's got some space. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The Scarlet Knights with the 1st and 10. Here's Simmons to throw. Finds his big tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. A run for the quarterback. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. And the Scarlet Knights kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Pulls it again on the option. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way, but dude.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Hits inside. It's Raymond. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. The Scarlet Knights will hustle to the line. Throwing Simmons.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Finds his back in the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Makes a grab and room to run. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Rutgers. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Throws to the tight end. That's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
Simmons. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. And the Scarlet Knights with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. Now setting up shop in the red zone. To the ground. He's got it again. There's some room. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Scarlet Knights trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers.
Well, this thing's turning into a route, and it's turning into a route quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football.
The Northwestern offense ready to go on the attack. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
2nd down to the air. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it down the field. And he's brought down after a huge completion. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
Now on second down. They'll move the tight end. Throws it off the RPO. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. 3rd and 4. Plows his way ahead. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Just drives it between the uprights.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
He returns it almost to the 35. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Solid work on that one. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Right side, it's Carter. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Scarlet Knights racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And this offense just keeps putting it together, man. Like, they have not been stopped very often. Another play in the passing game. This defense, they've got to find something, and they've got to find it fast. Like, halftime is a little ways away. They got to make some adjustments right now.
And after that last one, perhaps the emphasis should be on forward pass on second down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Rutgers takes its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Moving to his left. Trying to make magic with his feet. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. The Scarlet Knights will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and we'll see if they're content to run out the clock here in the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Wildcats will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Murray. Slips through the line. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You know, we just went to half, and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They'll open the second half on the ground. There he goes. The 50. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Might as well give it to him again. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. They started this drive with a big play, but now they need a conversion to keep it alive on 3rd down. Got it, looking for the first down. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. And hold on just a minute. They have decided to take the points here. Thought they might go for it on 4th and short. Right down the boulevard. It's good.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll move the wide receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Scarlet Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. Here's Simmons to throw. Out wide right, it's Carter. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. The Scarlet Knights are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Scarlet Knights have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Looking to throw at Simmons. Stepping to the right. He's going to run it. Looking for room at the 30. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Scarlet Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Throwing Simmons. Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Out wide left, it's Raymond. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll stop the clock for an injured Wildcat. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
In the offense, they don't choose to go downhill, be physical. They try to get it on the perimeter. Stay away from some of those defensive linemen, but you could tell DBs, linebackers, not scared. Nice job playing fast.
He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. Into the end zone for 6. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The ride. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Fresh setter downs going to the air. He's going to take a shot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. catch in the middle. It's Farrell. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. That one just came off his hand badly.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. Always great to build momentum with an early season victory. Let's take a look at what's in store coming up next week. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Wide receiver going in motion. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught. Lowers those pads. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Touchdown, Wildcats! Once he got some room, it was over.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Scarlet Knights start this drive. The offense looks ready to go. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late, and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. And the Scarlet Knights will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Trying to make one miss. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Leaves it with the back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
On third down, he drops to throw. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Great place to start for this offense. Quick give. It's Raymond. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. Simmons. Got it in the middle. It's Raymond. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. The Scarlet Knights looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Tough run here. It's Raymond. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Motion from the wideout. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. Sometimes it's not going to be easy. You can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative.
And he's in. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Third down conversion's always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. Could not make his way to the corner. Now the Scarlet Knights call timeout. It's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They kick it away on 4th down. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Raymond. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Here's Simmons to throw. Fires to the tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. And the Scarlet Knights, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Keeps it moving. It's Raymond. Made a defender miss. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well,
snags it, and there's running room. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. The Scarlet Knights, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Got enough space. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Leaves it in his belly. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. With the clock running, this should be the final play. This is